Good evening. Thank you so much for staying tuned to Millennium TV. Welcome to the main evening news. I'm your caster, Given Banda. Let's take a look at stories making headlines. ECL's recent behavior, part of peculiar vicious form of violence that citizens witnessed. MWIIMBU. NKOMBO clarifies on MUNYAULE market demolition. Proposed load shedding to affect SMEs, HABAZOOKA. Opposition expresses disappointment in delay by DMMU to distribute relief food. In international news this evening, 2 die as planes collide mid-air in Nairobi, Kenya. And in sports news this evening, HAPOEL KATAMON, Jerusalem are the new ANTHENS Cup champions. I have the details. We'll be back shortly. Stay tuned.
All in my head. Fruticana zona.
Fruticana. Feel the rhythm, taste the fun.
Thank you for staying with us. Another news in detail. Home Affairs Minister Jack Mwimbu has expressed concern with the behavior manifested by former Republican President Edgar Chagwa Lungu on 27 February 2024. He says this is because the recent behavior is part of his history of a peculiarly vicious form of violence that citizens witnessed during the 7-year rule, which led to a breakdown of law and order in the country. Mr. Mwimbu says, sadly, this is time for the new Dawn administration to heal the divisions created and rebuild the economy that his regime left in a mess. Today, many opposition party leaders in Zambia talk as if they were of government engaged in war, and adds that this should stop. He adds that the former president's behavior and that of former government leaders represent an extraordinary phenomenon, pure distraction and patriotism. The minister has since urged all peace-loving Zambians to refrain from any acts that may bring the country's cherished peace and national security into jeopardy. Over 200 traders whose shops were demolished by the Lusaka City Council have been relocated inside Soweto Market, while 720 have been given other trading places. Speaking when he addressed journalists this morning, Minister of Local Government and Rural Development Gary NKOMBO says a notice was issued on 17th January 2024, notifying the traders to relocate to designated trading places by 29th February 2024. He adds that despite the council's clear instructions, the traders did not vacate the area, which violated the Urban and Regional Planning Act No. 3 of 2015. Mr. NKOMBO further adds that the correct number of affected traders is 920, and government has found an alternative to help them during the 16 to 18 months period within which the market will be in construction. He has since advised opposition political party leaders to desist from offering ill sympathy to marketeers, but consult the ministry as to why the demolition took place.
Everybody in this room where we are was offered an alternative. Everyone, through their representatives, subcommittees, everyone was offered alternative trading places for temporal basis to begin with. Out of the 900, when this decision was made, I said it in my earlier submission, the record had showed only about 200 traders at MUNYAULE market, which 200 are pending to go into the newly constructed Simon Noah Lane market alternative trading places for the next 18 months, within which period this construction will be ready. And using those same offer letters, they will come back into the trading places. For now, 700 of them will be inconvenienced because they will be trading in places away from where they were accustomed. But no one has been thrown to the wind. And even if you decided to take a trip now to that area, you will find that many have established at their allocated alternative trading place where the council and the contract.
The public protector, Caroline Sokoni, has refuted allegations that her office conducted investigations in the civil service bordering on discrimination on the basis of tribe or purported ethnic cleansing. Ms. Sokoni adds that the institution has not received any compliant, nor has it initiated any investigation on discrimination on the basis of tribe in the civil service. She adds that the published statement that the Office of the Public Protector conducted a probe and its investigations revealed that there is ethnic cleansing in the civil service is false and irresponsible and should not be entertained by any well-meaning citizen. Ms. Sokoni further explains that the Ombudsman has revealed that what the institution is currently investigating is the indefinite placement of some civil servants and public officials on holding at the Public Service Management Division, PSMD. She has since assured members of the public and other stakeholders that the findings of this investigation will be made public once concluded.
I wish to inform the nation that the statements published in some sections of the media stating that the Office of the Public Protector has been conducting investigations in the civil service on the subject of discrimination on the basis of tribe or purported ethnic cleansing is untrue. The Office of the Public Protector has not received any complaint, nor has it initiated any investigation on discrimination on the basis of tribe in the civil service. Therefore, the published statement that the Office of the Public Protector conducted a probe and its investigations revealed that there is ethnic cleansing is false and somewhat irresponsible and really should not be entertained by any well-meaning citizen. The public may wish to note that the only investigation that relates to this matter that we are undertaking is on the indefinite placement of some civil servants on hold.
Patriots for Economic Progress President Sean Tembo has expressed disappointment in the delay by Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit, DMMU, to distribute relief food across the country. Mr. Tembo says the country has not received enough rainfall this year, which will affect the 2023-2024 farming season, resulting to most homes having little or no food. Mr. Tembo notes that government has a tendency of only acting at the last minute, like was the case, and to avoid loss of lives, as was the case during the cholera outbreak, which should not be the case. He has since challenged government through DMMU to start distributing relief food in the next few days to all affected citizens.
As Patriots for Economic Progress, we are very concerned that up to now the Disaster Management and Mitigation Unit under the Office of the Vice President has not yet commenced the distribution of relief food across the country in view of the ongoing drought. It should be noted that under normal rainfall conditions, by now people would have started harvesting some food from their respective fields. But due to the drought, obviously people have nothing to get out of their fields. And so in most households, hunger has already crept into their kitchens. And we expect government to be more responsive this time around. We know that government has a tendency of sleeping on the job, like it happened under the cholera epidemic. We believe that this is not a time for rhetoric or long speeches. This is time to get on the ground and ensure that various households which are going hungry.
Small and medium entrepreneurs in Lusaka's John Howard have expressed concern over the pending increment of electricity tariffs and load shedding by ZESCO. In an interview with Millennium TV, the entrepreneurs say increased tariffs will negatively affect their businesses, looking at the already high cost of doing business. Some of the entrepreneurs have appealed to government to reconsider the decision by ZESCO to hike electricity tariffs. Meanwhile, economist Lubinda HABAZOOKA says the proposed load shedding will have a negative impact on various businesses which depend on electricity in order to operate.
With the pending increment of tariffs and pending load shedding, some small medium enterprises are worried that their businesses will be affected. Entrepreneurs are worried of losing customers and how they will run their businesses and support their families.
It will affect our business because at the moment, this is commercial. And commercial, we've got high tariffs. Again, if they increase, it will affect me. If you're looking at the situation with the economy, it will affect my business and everything. And the load shedding, if the load shedding comes, it will be a problem with the current situation we are going through. So like
ida shakulunda kwa tariffs meaning to kula kwa rights anu plus na load shedding bale runda boy mamona ama hours tatuishi nga kula kama hours tunangange kiso kwa tila kiesi pedama rights ya sign that tunaka tunang morning kusaisa 17 hours.
Meanwhile, economist Dr. Lubinda HABAZOOKA has said that the increment in tariff will choke businessmen and people at homes.
Load shedding will have a negative impact on businesses and households. When you look at various businesses that depend on electricity to run the operation, for example, barber shops, manufacturing sector, saloons, people that sell perishable goods like butcheries, and for this to be able to keep their food fresh or to continue operations, some of them who can afford will have to get gensets, and with fuel prices going up high, that is extra cost for the entrepreneur.
Kwizukanji Nakamba reporting from Millennium TV.
National Association for Smallholder Farmers Executive Director Frank Kayula has encouraged small-scale farmers to take advantage of the 50% loan mechanization strategy, an initiative that has been introduced by the association to capacitate farmers in buying irrigation systems. He adds that the association has engaged various stakeholders to assist with the supply of irrigation equipment on 50% loan, which can be completed after they harvest and sell their produce. Dr. Kayula says the initiative is still very expensive for most small-scale farmers, hence only a few are taking advantage of the initiative. However, Dr. Kayula has thanked government for coming on board to help the association administer the funds to as many small-scale farmers as possible.
Government is coming in at the moment. It is mobilizing some resources which will be utilized together with the banks, and this is where the smallholder farmers now are going to have access to irrigation equipment on loan basis. And this is a beautiful thing. As far as we are concerned, we are happy. But what we are appealing for is that dams are good, yes, but we know that our members are not only along the rivers where dams can be done. Our members are also off the river courses, and we would like to use as much as possible borehole drillings, so that if these farmers are boreholes accessed through a loan, we're going to have a lot of smallholder farmers actually using irrigation system in this country. And what that will mean is that we are going to have several months of a growing season. We can grow maize twice in this country if our farmers have an irrigation system. And the situation that we have gone through this year in particular may be a thing of the past because water is here underground. We will be able to abstract it and use it for irrigation.
Texila American University has signed a memorandum of understanding with the Zambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry, ZSCCI, as they renew their commitment to collaboration, innovation and mutual growth. Speaking during the signing ceremony, Texila American University Vice Chancellor Professor Ajay Poda says the renewal of the MOU aims at enriching the qualifications and skills level of professionals to corporate and government league. Professor Poda adds that Texila American University will be granting scholarships of up to 30% to 11 programs, which include interfunctional programs, information technology programs, public health programs, and so where professionals can do other programs of their choice. Speaking at the same event, ZSCCI President Anthony Kabage says Texila University has played a pivotal role in efforts to empower and support ZSCCI registered corporate members and medium-small market enterprises, MSMEs. He adds that the university's extended scholarship programs to ZSCCI members will enable them to enhance their educational needs, skills, and capabilities.
American University is actually joining hand with ZACI to enrich the qualification and the skills level of the professional into the corporates and the government league. As Jackie President has said that we will be having the mentor programs. Definitely we will be having the mentorship programs in many, maybe like 4 or 6 programs in a year, so that each and every professional of this country should feel that they have the guidance of the mentors. The second thing what Texila American University will be doing, apart from this scholarship up to 30% to the professional in 11 programs, those are interfunctional. They are from the IT background, managerial skills, health sciences program, public health, nursing and some other programs also. So all these programs the professional can choose as per their choice or interest.
Our partnership with Texila University Zambia has been characterized by shared commitment to excellency and a dedication to harnessing the power of education, innovation, and entrepreneurship to drive positive change. Today, as we renew our partnership, we do so with a renewed sense of purpose and determination.
Well, just now we take a break. We'll be back with international and sports news. Don't go anywhere.
Chop some onions. I've been to. Into the pot. Delicious. Sprinkle some spring onion.
Have you heard about the lady who knows how to cook? She makes the best noodles with a special look. She adds to veggies, spices and meats and serves them hot and fresh down in every street. Mama Benson noodles, hey, you make me smile. Mama Benson noodles, tasty every time. Mama B is making bento tonight. Mama B is making bento tonight. Mama B is making bento tonight. Mama B is making bento tonight.
Better bento.
Thank you for staying with us. In international news, 2 planes have collided at Nairobi National Park, leaving at least 2 people dead, while 44 others escaped unharmed in the incident that happened earlier this morning. One of the planes involved was a Dash 8 owned by Safari Link, bound for Diani with 44 passengers and crew. The other was a Cessna plane on a training session carrying 2 people. The Cessna crashed in the park while the Dash 8 safely landed back at Wilson Airport. Both planes had taken off from Wilson Airport, according to officials who confirmed 2 Sincere apologies for that. According to officials who confirmed 2 fatalities in the accident. Link Aviation, however, has confirmed the incident and states that none of the passengers is hurt. In a statement, Link Aviation reports that at 9:45 a.m. local time, flight number 053 with 39 passengers and 5 crew on board headed to Diani experienced a loud bang soon after takeoff. The statement adds that the crew decided to immediately turn back to Nairobi Wilson Airport for further inspection and assessment and landed safely, and there were no casualties reported. The United Kingdom's asylum bill has suffered a defeat in the House of the Lords. The failure of the bill is a major setback for Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who has made putting a stop to irregular migration a key part of his agenda. The bill wants to label Rwanda a safe country for deportees to sidestep a Supreme Court ruling which declared the East African country unsuitable. On Monday, the House of Lords passed 5 amendments to the draft text, which, if ratified, would make it harder for the House of Commons to declare Rwanda safe and would require the government to comply with domestic and international law. There were 277 votes in favor of establishing a mechanism to monitor whether Rwanda is safe to 167 in opposition. In early January, most British lawmakers approved the controversial bill before their colleagues in the upper chamber voted to delay it. The bill compels judges to regard Rwanda as a safe country and gives ministers the power to disregard parts of the Human Rights Act.
The failure of the bill is a major setback for Prime Minister Rishi Sunak, who has made putting a stop to irregular migration a key part of his agenda. The bill wants to label Rwanda as a safe country for deportees to sidestep a Supreme Court ruling which declared the East African country unsuitable. On Monday, the House of Lords passed 5 amendments to the draft text, which, if ratified, would make it harder for the House of Commons to declare Rwanda a safe country and would require the government to comply with domestic and international law. There were 277 votes in favor of establishing a mechanism to monitor whether Rwanda is safe to 167 in opposition. In early January, most British lawmakers approved the controversial bill before their colleagues in the upper chamber voted to delay it. The bill compels judges to regard Rwanda as a safe country and gives ministers the power to disregard parts of the Human Rights Act.
Thank you very much.
And finally, in sports news this evening, Copper Queens forward Rachel Nachula and KATAMON Jerusalem are the new Anthens Cup champions after beating Kirat GAT-SC Women's 5-4 on penalties. Nachula scored in the first half of normal time before GAT came back in the second half for the match to end 1-1. Nachula says that she is very proud to be part of the trophy winning team as the club has not won any silverware since the 70s, whether men's or women's teams, and this is a great start to this season. He also adds that the target now is to go for the league and hopefully win the State Cup, as their target is to fight for every silverware available this season. And that sports item brings us to the end of our main news bulletin, but before we go, we take a look at stories making headlines. NKOMBO clarifies on MUNYAULE market demolition. Proposed load shedding to affect SMEs, HABAZOOKA. Opposition expresses disappointment in delay by DMMU to distribute relief food. In international news, 2 die as planes collide mid-air in Nairobi, Kenya. And in sports news, KATAMON Jerusalem are the new Anthens Cup champions. I've been your caster, Given Banda, for and on behalf of the entire production and news team, it's goodbye and stay tuned to Millennium TV. Please and viewing.